Members of the Imperial family of Japan offer New Year greetings to the public in Tokyo. Princess Mathilde Louise of Norway releases her New Year message. And King Felipe VI of Spain concludes his visit to Brazil. All this and much more coming up next on your Royal Daily News. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Alexandra, and this is your Royal Daily News for January 2nd, 2023. In Tokyo, their Imperial Majesties Emperor Naruhito and Empress Masako of Japan, accompanied by Her Imperial Highness Princess Aiko of Japan, offered New Year greetings to hundreds of well-wishers at the Imperial Palace. Also participating in today's event were their Imperial Majesties Emperor Emeritus Akihito and Empress Emerita Mashiko of Japan, their Imperial Highnesses Crown Prince Akishino and Crown Princess Kiko of Japan, Her Imperial Highness Princess Kako of Akishino, along with other members of the Imperial family. Today's New Year greetings was held for the first time in 3 years, following a hiatus due to the coronavirus pandemic, according to the Imperial Household Agency. In his speech to the public, Emperor Naruhito said, quote, "After 3 years, I am very happy to celebrate the new year with you all. I hope that this new year will be a peaceful and a good year for all of you." End quote. According to Kyodo News, a total of 6 greeting sessions took place during the day, 3 in the morning and 3 in the afternoon. Quote, "Of the roughly 9,600 people selected by lottery, 7,312 visited the palace." End quote. Yesterday afternoon in Brasilia, His Majesty King Felipe VI of Spain attended the inauguration ceremony of the transfer of the presidential command to the President-elect of Brazil, Mr. Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, held in front of the National Congress building. After the inauguration ceremony, His Majesty the King, along with other heads of state and government, arrived at the Planalto Palace to listen to President Lula da Silva's first speech. Thereafter, His Majesty the King held a meeting with the President of the Republic of Guinea-Bissau. This morning, His Majesty the King held a meeting with President Lula da Silva at Itamaraty Palace. Thereafter, His Majesty the King returned to Spain. Meanwhile, His Majesty King Abdullah II of Jordan held a meeting with representatives and leading figures from the Aqaba Governorate, in which he directed the government to, quote, "freeze a kerosene tax during the winter season, which will ease the burden on citizens, especially families with limited income." End quote. During the meeting, His Majesty the King reiterated that a serious national effort is underway to find economic solutions through the Economic Modernization Vision Plan, which aims to alleviate financial pressure on citizens. His Majesty the King also stressed the importance of working relentlessly on executing the political, economic, and administrative modernization plans in 2023, noting that this year will be dedicated to the implementation. In Manama, His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa of Bahrain held a meeting with the President of the National Audit Office, Sheikh Ahmed bin Mohammed Al Khalifa, at Al-Sakhir Palace. During the meeting, Sheikh Ahmed presented the 19th Annual NAO Report for 2021-2022 to His Majesty the King. During the meeting, His Majesty the King commended the efforts exerted by the President of the NAO and his comrades, quote, "praising their distinguished performance and their achievements in preserving public money and verifying the legality and aspects of its expenditures in light of their keenness to implement the highest levels of integrity, professionalism, and transparency to achieve the interests of the nation and the citizens." End quote. Yeah, basically he's saying, you guys did a great job, and here's a gold star sticker for your efforts. Meanwhile, at Gudabita Palace, His Royal Highness Crown Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa of Bahrain presided over a cabinet meeting. Prior to the start of the meeting, the cabinet congratulated His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa of Bahrain, the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, on the 26th anniversary of the National Guard's founding. The cabinet highlighted the role played by the National Guard in safeguarding the kingdom and its efficiency in carrying out its duties. In Muscat, the Royal Court of Oman announced that His Highness Sayyid Theyazin bin Haitham Al-Sayyid of Oman will attend the Royal Oman Police anniversary celebration on January 5, 2023. The anniversary celebrations will take place on the military parade grounds of the Sultan Qaboos Academy for Police Sciences in the Wilayat of Nizwa. Yesterday morning, Her Highness Princess Martha Louise of Norway took to social media to wish her followers and friends a very happy new year. The princess also reflected on the year that has passed. Quote, 2022 was a challenging year for me in many ways. It was also a year filled with joy, happiness, and love. Life has its challenges. No one can escape them, but it is up to each and every one of us on how to meet those challenges. When we manage to meet everything with love from our core, we manage to rise above the fear, the disturbance, the anger, the grief, and everything else. But the times that we can't live from our core, from love, we sink into despair, loneliness, anger, judgment, and life's challenges. I have had my fair share of ups and downs, as have everyone I know. I sincerely hope 2023 expands our deep love for each other. We all need to build a world where all of us can breathe freely, be who we are meant to be, grow and expand our true selves from love. When we build our lives from our core of love, we start respecting ourselves, and in turn, we respect and love others in a new and more profound way, without judgment. Let 2023 be the year that we step into love and shower ourselves with doing things that makes us happy. Have a great 2023. Happy New Year! End quote. And finally, on Saturday morning in Vatican City, Pope Emeritus Benedict XVI passed away at the Mater Ecclesiae Monastery. He was 95 years old. Upon hearing the news of the former Pope's death, European reigning monarchs, including His Majesty King Charles III of the United Kingdom, Her Majesty Queen Margrethe II of Denmark, their Royal Highnesses Grand Duke Henri and Grand Duchess Maria Theresa of Luxembourg, His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa of Bahrain, as well as other world leaders and heads of state, sent their messages of condolences to His Holiness Pope Francis. According to a press release from the Holy See, this morning, quote, the body of the Pope Emeritus was placed in St. Peter's Basilica for the greeting of the faithful, end quote. The funeral for the late Pope Emeritus Benedict XVI will take place on January 5th at 9:30 a.m. in St. Peter's Square in front of the Basilica, with His Holiness Pope Francis leading the funeral mass. At the request of the late Pope Emeritus Benedict XVI, the funeral will be, quote, simple, solemn, and somber, end quote. At this time, their Majesties King Philippe and Queen Mathilde of the Belgians and Her Majesty Emerita Queen Sofia of Spain will attend the funeral of the late Pope Emeritus Benedict XVI. It is unknown at this time if other Catholic monarchs and royals will attend the funeral. According to Reuters, quote, official delegations will only come from Italy and Germany. Representatives from other countries or organizations can attend in a private capacity, end quote. And there you have it. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I will be back tomorrow on Tuesday, January 3rd with all the latest royal news. Until then, I wish you all a wonderful evening and a great day tomorrow. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, take care everyone. I will see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.